Everyone. I hope you can see me. It's a little bit light outside, but I wanted to come on with some breaking news regarding the EIDL grants. Okay, so this is breaking news from the SBA, the Small Business Administration, that what the EIDL grants have closed. Okay, so if you're tuning into my channel, She Boss Talk, you know that I am the host, Shantae Roddy. Again, do give this a thumbs up. Do share this because I've gotten so many questions about the EIDL program and the grants and if they're still available and if I apply, can I get it? So again, do subscribe, do share this broadcast out to those entrepreneurs and small business owners you know who need this information. They definitely want to check out this video. Okay, so over the weekend, the SBA announced that they had run out of funding for the EIDL grant. So if you're not aware, this is one of the programs from the CARES Act. It ran out of funds before. I believe it ran out of funds way back in April. I'm one of the early ones who applied on day one. They ran out of funds, then they reopened it. They got funded again. They got partial funds for the grant. They got more funding for the loan portion of the EIDL program. And then they opened it up to agricultural. Then they had a big Senate hearing. Then they opened it up to all qualifying businesses, including agricultural. I believe that was in mid-May. Okay. And so they closed. So people have been asking me, if I apply, can I get the grant? So the answer, unfortunately, right now is no. So, they're working on a new stimulus. I'm hoping that they will refund this program, and they really need to refund it and provide more grants. They need to be fully funding the grants as it was intended to be. Instead of the $1,000 per employee, which it is right now, so that they could accommodate all of the millions of business owners who had applied, which I believe was around 6 million entrepreneurs and business owners had applied for this program. Now the grant is closed. So if you have not applied, that's why I say when you find out about these things, apply. Do not hesitate. Don't wait. Do not delay. Because when they run out of funding and you don't know, they just cut it off. And that's what they did. And I went in to verify and to check, and it was true. The application, the part where you check that you want that up to $10,000 is removed from the application. So you right now, if you're applying solely for the loan. So the loan portion of it still has billions of dollars left. So I don't know if they may make the decision to shift some of that money to grants, which they should, or just to, put together another bill to fund the EIDL grant program. Either way, they need to do that. And I would encourage you to do what I've been doing, and that is writing your congressional representatives, signing the petition that we have. It is in the description. The petition, I always put it in the videos because it's so important for us to get fully funded. And they ran out of money, but they still haven't been fully funding this program. We didn't get our full grant, the $10,000 that we were supposed to. We didn't get up to $2 million in loans that we're supposed to. They capped it at $150,000. Okay, so there are advocates that are fighting on our behalf, so that eventually we would get the money that we are entitled to. Okay. So if you are already in the process, this is the big question. If you've already applied before they close it off to grants, you should still receive your grant. Okay. So if you apply before they cut it off, you should still get it. Depending on where you are in the process, if you were denied, that means you go through the reconsideration process. If you want to learn more about that, I have tons of videos on it. Just watch one of my latest ones on my 90-day journey. So if you get denied, you definitely want to follow through with the process for reconsideration. Okay. So if you did not get your grant, most likely is because they could not verify your account. Now, I've gone back and forth with them so many times. I was escalated it multiple times. And I think we finally got it resolved this past weekend because there were issues with my bank account. So you have to know your banking, right? So I have a business bank account. I have had it since I've been in business. But on this particular account, how Huntington has it is that they have my name, my personal name, and my business name. But when the SBA goes to verify it, it's in my name, right? But I put on my application my business name. Okay. So, but they had it on their end that I should have had my personal name. So whatever you need to do to clarify to get your money, do that. So that will be the process for you. If you have not gotten your grant, it's not because you were denied the loan, because you being denied the loan has nothing to do with it. It's simply because they could not verify your account. Okay. So if you applied as an independent contractor under your name, then the banking account needs to be in your name. It needs to have routing number and an account number. If you applied and you put your business name, right, then your bank account, it has to match. It has to match. If you put a business name, it has to match your banking name, or it will not work. They will not be able to verify it, meaning you won't get your money. So it doesn't mean you won't get it. It just means it's delaying the process of you getting your money. Okay. So I tell you to be patient, especially a lot of you all who just applied, because I've been waiting over 100 days and counting. Okay. So I already know I'm going to get my money. I've been waiting for the grant and the loan. So I've gone through all of the processes that a lot of you are trying to go through. So that's why I tell you to watch my videos. I mean, I take you step by step. I answer all of your questions in the video and after the video. So you all been coming back with different testimonials, but it's important that you follow through with the process. Don't just say, oh, they denied me. Oh, well, no, you go after what's yours. Okay. You're entitled to the grant, and it's $1,000 per employee, W-2 employee. So if you have contractors, they don't qualify. I'm sorry. It's per employee, W-2 worker. Okay. If you have multiple businesses like myself, legitimate businesses, it still causes complications because everything is linking back to you, your person, your social security number. Everything has to be completely separate. Comes separate names, separate entities, separate bank accounts. If anything is not separate, it's going to delay the process. And you may get a notification from the SBA that they're suspending one of your applications because they think it's a duplicate because you may have submitted two different businesses with the same bank account. And that you can't do that. Everything has to be separate and stand alone as a business, right? So you have a car wash over here, you have a beauty shop over here, or you're an independent contractor, right? You work with different companies over here, and you sell hair online, or you have a online beauty supply store over here. They have to be totally separate. And as an independent contractor, you can be contracting with 20 companies. You're a business of one, not 20. Okay. So you have to have a totally separate legal entity operating, and it has to be operating. So somebody asked me a question about, I have my EIN, but I haven't worked my business in 1 or 2 years since I got it. That is not a business. You have to be working your business. This is a program for businesses impacted by COVID-19 pandemic. That means you have to show some type of economic injury to your business. That means some way that your business was impacted. You lost revenue, you lost employees, you lost staff, you couldn't reach your clients, you couldn't go teach, that your business was impacted. So some of you are getting denial letters that say that you don't show an economic injury. So if you didn't earn an income, you didn't work your business, there is no economic injury to your business. This is for businesses that are suffering, that really needs a financial help. Not just suffering, but if you say you were still doing well, but you have potential losses or opportunity losses, you can still, demonstrate that. But you have to be able to come back and justify your position and respond to their denials. Okay. So if you have a credit issue, it's not always your credit score. Okay. So some people have said, oh, my credit score is 640. There may be other circumstances or factors that are to be considered when you are denied on credit. So don't think it's just your credit score that is the reason that you were denied. Now it may, but it could have been, did you have a foreclosure? Did you go through a bankruptcy? They may need some other types of verifiable records. So you just have to speak to that when you file when you submit your request for reconsideration, okay? And you're always going to reference your application number in all of your correspondence, and you're going to maintain records and dates of all the correspondence, right? I would recommend that you keep that, follow through to the entire process until you're either approved and funded or you just exhausted all your denials, okay? But again, like I said, you have to fight for what you want, okay? What you deserve, what's yours. So if you're already in the pipeline, you should get your grant. Just be patient. I've been waiting 100 plus days. So I'm anticipating that we've gotten everything resolved, and in the next days or weeks or so, I will get it. And if I don't, I will keep following up until I've exhausted every measure. Okay, so you have to be persistent and also be patient. I know a lot of you all, we're challenged. We're trying to have a financial lifeline for ourselves. But they're working with millions of people trying to process all these applications and reconsiderations. So we like it to be fast and quick, but unfortunately, it's not always the case. Some of you newer applicants, you got your grants in one day, you got funded in one day. That is super fantastic. That is not the case for everybody, okay? So just be persistent, be patient with the program. And if and when they reopen up the grants, you tune in here. I will be the first to let you know that is the case. I did want to, before I close out, I want to mention that there is another program, the Paycheck Protection Program. If you have not already considered that, you can qualify for both. They're separate. The Paycheck Protection Program is still available. There's around $130 billion still available to small business and entrepreneurs, right? As long as you were operating as of February 15, 2020, you have 500 or less employees. You can be a gig worker, independent contractor, self-employed, just the same as this program. This paycheck protection is more for payroll. So, but you can qualify even if you don't have employees, okay? So I want you to take advantage of every program that's out there that you qualify for, and the Paycheck Protection Program is one of them. The SBA and the Treasury extended it because they passed a bill to extend it. So that is still available for you if you don't have employees, if you do have employees. But if you don't, they're going to determine if you qualify for the loan based on your 2019 tax returns. As I always say, you need to get your taxes done. First of all, the deadline is this week, but you need to have that. If you want access to a lot of these opportunities, you're going to need your financial statements, your tax returns, especially if you're going through the reconsideration process. They're going to ask you for these tax records, and you're going to say, what are these tax records they're asking for? They're going to ask you for more information if you did not go through the first pass and qualify. Then they're going to ask you for more verifiable records. But for PPP, you're going to go to your 2019 tax returns, go to the line 31, okay? And you're going to see what your net profit was. That's profit after all your expenses, okay? And then you're going to divide that by 12. You're going to times it by 2.5 and see what that number is. That number is what you would qualify for a loan. So based on that number, then you have to say, does it make sense for me to take out a loan in this amount? Okay. So if it's $1,000, in my opinion, I would say no. But if it's $5,000, $6,000 or more $1,000, these are forgivable loans. So essentially it's another grant because 100% is forgivable. And for independent contractors, it's up to $20,833 that you can qualify for in forgivable loans. So if you have employees, W-2 employees, you can qualify for even more. But I know it's a lot of independent contractors that tune in across my social platforms that don't know that they qualify for these programs. They don't know it, but you do. So you go after what's yours, apply. You can't get anything if you don't apply. So I would encourage you to apply for the Paycheck Protection Program if your calculation results in a significant amount, like I said, at least $5,000, and then you need to think about, are you getting pandemic unemployment assistance as well, because the PPP funding is going to impact that. So if it's not a larger amount and it's only like $2,000 or $3,000, you may want to just forego the Paycheck Protection Program. But there's still billions of dollars out there for that. And then the pandemic unemployment, if you're not already getting that, if you believe you qualify, I would contact your state unemployment office and see if you qualify for the pandemic unemployment assistance program if you're not already getting it. If you're already in the pipeline and you're waiting, congratulations to you. I know we've been patient because a lot of these states have been slow, but you will get retroactive payment back to when you first became unemployed or partially unemployed. So you could still be working part-time. They base it on your income, and every state is different. So I don't get into the details on the states because they're different. But they are federally funded through this program, which again, the additional $600 a week is set to expire July 31st. And it's actually for most states going to expire this coming Saturday, okay, or this coming week, okay? So if you have not considered pandemic unemployment, look into that if you need it, okay? This is to give you a financial lifeline because I know a lot of us need it, especially minority and women businesses that have been left out of a lot. And we have had a lot of businesses close, and we want to keep our doors open, okay? So again, please do share this information with others. You know, my channel, the videos, we have a lot of information on here, a lot of resources, grants that are also available to you, free money available to help you sustain your business, okay? So again, this is the EIDL updates. EIDL grants are no longer available until or if they are refunded, at which time I will let you know. The loans are still available. They still have billions of dollars in EIDL loans. Paycheck Protection Program funding is still available, and so is the pandemic unemployment, okay? So again, please drop your questions if you have any. I always circle back after the broadcast to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much for tuning in. You all continue to have a great day. Have a great week. Continue to stay safe and in good health. And I will talk to you later and when I come back with another update. Bye.